All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke. This is episode number 50. The Big 5-0. We in the house today. Got C Wells. Got DJ over there, man. We just gonna talk about whatever come up in the SWAC world. So y'all want to chime in, feel free to do so. How you doing today, DJ?
I'm making it, man. I'm making it. Almost Friday.
Oh yeah, man. One more day and it's the weekend, man.
Yeah.
And big day. I got my season tickets today, so I'm
Oh,
ready,
man.
man. I'm ready for the season now. I'm
They ain't
hyped
issued
up.
ours yet. It's
Well,
supposed to be mid-July. So
yeah, I
still
got mine
waiting.
from the ticket office, so they went ahead and print them on out. What's up,
Yeah.
Los J? What's up?
What's going on, Jamie G?
What's up, Jamie G? What's happening, man? I'm glad y'all in the house.
Speaking of Jamie G, I see y'all got some fresh new uniforms, hot off the press, some new
Oh
jerseys.
yes,
Anyway,
I like them, man. Them that's like JSU to me, man.
yeah, classic
Just
JSU.
classic, plain. Plain is not bad,
Yeah.
just classic, clean. That's JSU, man. What's up, Joey Jackson, man? What's up? I might say you my favorite G man, and I got cousins that's grambling people, man. But that dude is real. What's happening, Joey Jackson, man? Much love to you. I like them unis, man. Hopefully, maybe they'll wear them more often. But I understand why they switch it up.
Yeah. They need to go back to the regular white helmets with or white or blue with the JSU on it. I like the white ones.
Blue with the block JSU, man. That's
what you want.
that's what I grew up on, man. Back in them days when Southern didn't score no touchdowns in Jackson, we went 10 years without scoring a touchdown in Jackson, man. It was rough in the 80s, boy. But it's oh man, we got Big Rick in the house, man. Oh, Rick Body, man. The name speaks for itself, man. What's happening?
Hey, it's a great time to be a body, ain't it?
Oh yes. Hey, no offense to Bubba McDaniel or Bashawn McKay or Noah Biden or nobody else, but that's my QB1 right there. I'm sorry.
Oh man, no, you didn't.
That's my QB1 right there, man.
Hey, you better not go back on campus, man. They're gonna kick you off.
Every weekend except for September 17, man. That's my QB1 right there.
Speaking of Baton Rouge and Louisiana, appreciate that, man. We got a chance to see Willie Young. I don't know if you got a chance to see that interview that another podcaster conducted, but I purposely watched it because it was Willie Young from UAPB. And he kind of gave some insight. He was asked some questions, some things that we talk about how why is it so hard to win in Pine Bluff? And his insight was that it's hard to get people to come to Arkansas. Like people don't know nothing about Arkansas. People don't want to go to the country. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of a similar thing to the PWI, to the U of A Razorbacks. That's been one of the things why you don't get those, Justin Jeffersons, them Jamar Chases. We don't get them kind of athletes to go up there. So do you think that not knowing a lot about Arkansas or nothing excited about Arkansas hurt recruiting?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, even me, man, I live in Louisiana my whole life, basically. Arkansas is like 6 hours away, roughly, to, the Pine Bluff area. And I don't know nothing about that area, man. When I drove through there in December, that was like the first time I ever really been in any of the state, basically. So, Arkansas got a kind of if Louisiana got a reputation of being, the South and, backwards, so to speak, Arkansas is like worse because nobody really speaks on it. It's a whole bunch of stereotypes and nobody really talk about Arkansas football anywhere in the state, even though, throughout time, there have been great football teams in the state at different universities, but a lot of people don't realize that because they don't talk about it. So, I mean, I could definitely understand that for sure.
Another thing he talked about, we stole them from y'all, really. He said he had a couple offers coming out of high school. His SAT score was real low, and Mississippi State, Southern, and then UAPB. But the reason the UAPB offer came because of Dooley. When Dooley left Southern, and went to PB. That's why he went. Dooley was already recruiting him, and he spoke so highly of Dooley, man. He spoke very highly of that guy.
Man, you shouldn't have told me that because Willie Young was a beast, man. That dude was a monster. And don't tell me that he could have been wearing blue and gold, man.
Yeah, he could have been wearing it.
That dude would have really set off the receiving corps at Southern, man, big time. But that's how like you say, that's how recruiting works, man. Coach Dooley is a guy. He's a solid guy, man. And nobody ever really got anything negative to say about him. If you interact with him, then you know what he about. So for him to be able to influence him to come up there, instead of coming to Southern, that's definitely a big thing. That speaks volumes of the kind of coach he is, kind of man he is, because he could easily, just go about your way, but right. He made a good impression, and Pine Bluff got them one, man, for real. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Yeah,
that dude was the truth.
One thing I will say, and of course it's hindsight now, he can say this, but I like what he said, and I wish more athletes, instead of piling on one team, would get what he was saying. But he was saying Southern, Grambling, a lot of those schools already had legends. They already had people that's been talked about for decades, and but he said he wanted to make his mark, go down in the history book somewhere, and he was able to do that at UAPB because he's a receiving leader at UAPB. He broke Raymond Weber records, so he was able to become a legend there instead of going on a team to be just another player.
Yeah, it takes a special guy to have that kind of mentality. We talk about. Guys got that dog in them. A guy like that go off the beaten path, could have easily, went somewhere else, and been a spoke in the wheel, so to speak, want to go somewhere else and make their mark. I salute a guy like that, even if it wasn't at my school. I love to see guys go somewhere and make a name for themselves and not just go the easy, popular route, So, right. You put in that work. And, you had a team come together while he was there. And, he won a championship while he was there. In that time frame, Southern didn't win a championship, so he actually came out on top,
Yeah.
We was in the doldrums, so he actually came out on top in the long run.
Yeah, I thought it was a good interview, man. I'm glad to hear from him. He was an awesome player. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that.
Yeah, to me, and I was speaking on this the other day. We need more things like that, man. Recognizing all these guys, they don't have to be, NFL Hall of Famers to be recognized for the work that they put in at their universities. Because we just lost Rashard Anderson from JSU, who was a first round draft pick, one of the best defensive backs come through the SWAC back in the 90s. He just passed the other day, and that's a guy that should have gotten recognition and attention that he, me included, we need to give these guys their flowers while they're here. Because that guy was a monster. He was a first round draft choice. Matter of fact, JSU had 2 draft choices in the first round that year. Him and Sylvester Morris, wide receiver. So that's talent, man. When you speak about NFL guys, to have a school like JSU send 2 guys to the NFL in the first round, it speaks volumes, and we need to recognize them guys more, more than we do, especially waiting until something happens and then, trying to show them their respect.
Right. I think they had another guy too that I watched play quite a bit. What is his name? Cletus Gordon? Something Gordon for JSU.
Yeah.
Number 4.
I know you talk about.
Yeah, he went to San Diego. He played a few years in the league, but that guy was good too. But he don't really get, his flowers really, to me, on the mainstream level.
Yeah, it's like there's tons of guys like that come through that, we all should, especially if you had the opportunity to watch these guys play, you can really, share some insight on what you saw on these guys, because just because they not, NFL Hall of Famers don't mean they not great players, And we definitely had a fair share come through the SWAC in my time. Like, a guy like Darnell Kennedy at Alabama State was one of the best quarterbacks I ever saw. He started as a freshman and he started 4 years and he put up crazy numbers there. That's a name that get lost in the shuffle. Guys like that really should get more respect from everybody because they put in the work.
Cletus Gordon, yeah. Right. Yeah, dude was good. And another thing to add to what you're saying is when you're giving guys their flowers, like when we reaching out to them, when their schools are reaching out to them, when the SWAC headquarters is reaching out to them, when everybody's reaching out to them, it gives them more to talk about to the youth in the area because they still all have some influence on somebody, whether it's their nephew, their cousin, you know what I'm saying? So if they feeling good about, what they did, where they went, because we're making them feel good, they're more likely to steer people in that direction versus us not saying nothing about them. And they're like, oh, don't go there. Go to such and such. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to tell you, a lot of those guys are coaches. So high school coaches. So if those are the guys you need to win over, man, because those are the guys that's going to speak on your program and your conference because they come from it. If they don't feel like it's nothing positive to speak on, they're not going to speak on it. They're not going to push those guys that way. A lot of guys around the state of Louisiana are ex-Southern players, ex-Grambling players. And, now they're doing a better job of reaching out to those guys and they're steering kids that way, It's like a twofold thing. You got the one hand, got to watch the other, You can't just expect them to do anything without showing them any gratitude. What's up, Big Thrillo? Man, welcome.
So this is something that was kind of speaking to a coworker today, and we touched on other athletes other than football. There was an athlete that this coworker had interaction with, a soccer player, was very upset with the amount of money that they got or the lack of. And that, this whole football argument that, most of the money going to football and we get treated like crap here. I want to get away from here, those type of feelings. So I was explaining to the coworker that, it's two sides to that. I feel the athlete's pain, but also I understand that those sports just don't generate money, especially at the SWAC, at that level. So how do we bridge the gap and make sure all our athletes are taken care of? First thing I told her was we got to just start supporting every sport. We just can't pick certain ones and support it. You know what I'm saying? We got to push everything.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's only so much, money to go around and, at any university, the Olympic sports, they don't get the support that they deserve, but it is also, even if it's just interaction with them, that's why I like when Southern do their fan day. They don't just have a football team now, they have, the volleyball team, the soccer team, the cross country teams. And that, getting those, asking those kids for autographs, it makes their day because they can go across campus and people that go to school with them don't even know that They play a sport. So, to be able to be recognized and sign a poster and, things like that help a lot. Now, the money side is tough because there's only so many dollars to go around. And, you got to feed your beast, at our level, we don't have that extra money to put somewhere else. So, you kind of got to feed the beast first. But I think, you just have to recognize these kids and make them feel like, what they're putting in is worthy, even like, we was working on campus one time, painting a building, and that cross country team was practicing, and we talked to them for a little while, and that they felt good about being recognized. So sometimes it's just that little thing. At least they know that you're trying the best that you can to support them.
Right.
But yeah, if you can turn out to an event, man, you have to support. Because they want, they need support just as much as football and all the other sports need.
Also, you can, man, like, I'll say it publicly. I donated like $5 just the other day to the honeybees. You know what I'm saying? Like, that $5 didn't hurt me, but I'm sure that $5 gonna go a long way with everything else that they doing. You know what I'm saying? So just doing something is better than nothing. I saw a little thing on Instagram, just had it on my heart to just give to them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot, but it's more than what they would have got if I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So just little things like that. Like you could just pick a certain month, pick one sport at your school and just give $5. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you say, just being able to support any way you can, it goes a long way, especially with sports like that, because, those kids don't get any attention. Sometimes people don't go to any of the games. Maybe they turn out for a baseball game or a softball game. We don't really have too many track meets at Southern no more because of the track situation. But, people would come out to the Pelican relays back in the day. But
this dude here. Hey, man.
I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm glad somebody else said it. I was like, all the groups he picked, you know what I'm saying? He ain't say cross country.
I just told you that they had an advertisement that they were soliciting funds. Cross country ain't do that. Soccer don't have that. So if they ain't post it, the power of social media. Tell your school to post it, and I might donate to their school.
Hey, I'm glad y'all saw that though. I'm glad y'all saw that.
Hey man, Texas Southern people, boy, between him and Los J. Now he started to do what Los J be doing.
Exactly, man. They like on another level, man. they come with all kind of fire, man. They don't play. But like I said, man, it's all about support, man. It's oh man, I ain't gonna make it through this. It's just all about trying your best to help, man, and let those kids know that they appreciate it.
Big ups to Valley too, man, for that prison program they started. I think that's big. You know what I'm saying? Me coming from working in corrections, I don't know if a lot of people know, but most of my professional career has been in corrections, and I understand all sides of it. From your people that don't want to do right to your people who will take advantage of a program like that. And so for those individuals, I think that's big, to offer something for that end to come out of HBCU. So it's kind of like putting our resources where our talk is. We talk about helping, underprivileged individuals. That's an opportunity to really help somebody, that really don't have nothing or don't feel like they have a fighting chance in this world. So on a serious note, I think that's really good.
Oh yeah, man. Because like you say, when you go through the system and stuff, you don't always be a person that's just unsalvageable. Some people was on the right path and made a wrong turn. And
yeah,
situation like that can get you back on track. And if you, like you say, if you take advantage of the opportunity, it can get you back on track and set you up for when you finish your time. So I definitely salute that, especially coming from Valley. Valley has been doing a lot of great things these last, few months, man. I think the school itself is really doing a lot of great things, and, they starting to generate funds and, raise funds, and, they starting to, kind of, I don't want to say step up, but they starting to, really put themselves in a good position. And that's definitely a program that can go a long way into making some people, better members of society. So I salute that for sure.
I'm glad to see it's kind of like they're getting more confident, if you can say that about an institution. But I mean, they're posting a lot more, they're being more present, and it's like they're boasting the good that they're doing. So I like to see them, in the media too.
Yeah, and I'll say, everybody know, the big names in the conference that, on social media, but Valley's social media team, whoever they got doing what they do, they do a great job, man. They post, like this week they've been posting like their top 10, wins in every sport over the 2021 season, different things like that, recognizing players and stuff. So I think they're doing a good job, for what they have. I think they're doing a good job, and I think other people need to recognize that and follow suit, you know, because you don't need a big amount of people to do what they do, you know. You just need somebody that's dedicated.
Maybe the TSU guys can enlighten us on why they social media ain't super active like that. You know, since everybody want to talk from TSU, we're giving you the flow now. What can y'all do to ramp that up? Because I mean, they got some ballers down there, man. They got some people to highlight. I'm sure they doing big things on the school side. They got that partnership with the Houston Texans. Like, they need to boast that. Like, put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just you got to take advantage of what you have, man. You know, one thing I say is the Southern University actual old school ways. That sounds about right. You know, the actual Southern University social media pages are very active. You know, football is hit or miss. You know, they're sporadic. You know, sometimes they come through with a bunch of stuff, then sometimes they won't, then they come back through with some stuff. You know, I would love to see some consistency, especially like right now. People are, you know, this time of the year, people just want any kind of content. So, you know, I think you need to just, you know, whatever you can put out, you know, count down the number of days till each get to the game or something like that, you know. I mean, I think you got to do, you know, whatever you can. You know, I know a lot of you know, a lot of work had to go into, you know, the surrounding community. So I don't know. Maybe that might not be a popular move, but you know, sometimes I think you might have to kind of do some things outside the box to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit.
How big is that campus to begin with? I've never been to TSU's campus. They keep saying it's a commuter school, but
I'm gonna let my TSU people handle that because unfortunately, I mean, like, I'm in and out. Anytime we've been there, you know, we used to play at I don't know what they call the stadium now, but U of H, they used to play there sometime, and you know, the schools are like right there. But I never was like, let me go walk around the campus, you know. It was like, let me go in the game and do my thing. So you know, I would love to have that kind of info myself. But you know, I just, you know, I keep saying, you know, you gotta find different avenues to make things work. Gotta just, you know, sometimes you gotta turn over every rock and see if you can come up with an idea.
So it sounds about like Bama State. I mean, we're in the middle of a neighborhood, literally, right around the projects. I mean, it's 150 acres. Oh, that's small.
Yeah, that is small.
Man, how Reeves know that? Just.
But I told you, man. That's Commissioner McClellan, man. He gonna say he ain't, but until I see them two in the same place, I'm gonna say that's who it is.
Man.
Until I see them two take a picture together, I'm gonna stick with that, man. He can say he independent and he do his own thing, but I'm not rocking with that yet. You know, like Clark Kent and Superman. I need to see y'all together.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, hopefully TSU. I don't know. I hate hear that commuter school thing so much. Since they do have, you know, all the sports and stuff, I just kind of wish they have, you know, they're able to offer athletes, I guess, a better college experience. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to go to a commuter school where ain't no really campus life. There's no yard life. I'm not saying they don't have that, but people don't really brag on that piece, you know. Like Southern, they got Pretty Wednesdays, and they got all these different things going on the yard. So
yeah, and you know, once you get that commuter school label, man, that's hard as that's such a hard label to shake. You know, even when your school, starts to grow out of that, a lot of people still look at it that way. So, being as close as they are to University of Houston, that doesn't help either. Like Los J said, they buying up, U of H buying up all the stuff that they can. You kind of boxing TSU into a spot so they locked in. It doesn't help with the growth. And that can stunt you too. Southern was fortunate that we on opposite sides of the city from LSU, so we got our own space. Even though I feel like they're trying to kill North Baton Rouge, but that's a separate issue. But I think that sometimes that's something that I kind of take for granted. That everybody in school is kind of like in an area where you can get to the campus, and there's some room to grow, but we don't have a lot of room to grow. So we have to demolish to build at Southern, and that's what we're doing right now.
Like, how close is U of H to TSU?
Like that? they close. They close.
They like, closer than FAM and FSU?
I think so. We got the whole body family in the house today. I like this. Welcome. How y'all doing? But it's like I say, man. I do know that much. So.
Rice only 300 acres. So Thrillo says across the street, 4 blocks away.
Yeah, that's right there, So it don't really get that much closer than that, So there's not a lot of wiggle room for you,
Yeah.
And those schools like that, they want to snap up as much as they can, Like you leave it to like LSU, they try to take everything. They took everything within a certain radius of LSU campus and turned it into their own stuff. So, luckily we don't have to deal with that. So I understand that makes it hard, for you to grow.
I like that comment. The students that stay on dorms and on campus apartments have more school spirit. I think that's true. The school I went to in Little Rock, University of Arkansas in Little Rock, they don't have football, but they have, basketball is real big, baseball, but it's a commuter school. And man, like the city rarely supports that university because for one, I think it's because they don't have football, but two, it's not a big on-campus presence. You don't see the Greeks, you don't see hardly nothing. They're there, but you don't hardly see it because it's more non-traditional commuter style college. So I can see how, that could have a negative effect on your enrollment and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Tampa for a long time, and USF, they didn't start their football team till 96 or 97, so they still to this day don't really have that foothold in the city. That's a Gator city. It's a major Gator city, and even at the school, the school is FSU, Miami, UF, and USF is back, way back 4th, 5th place if they win it. And, so it's tough, with schools like that, when they have that kind of, it's tough to build that spirit in students if they attention is elsewhere.
Right. Kyron, he know what I'm talking about. There's no campus life whatsoever. It's dead, and that's what you don't want. Young people ain't trying to go to a school that's dead.
Oh no, I mean you can't build anything like that. Especially now, with social media and you go to this school and you see what they doing over here, and you realize that you ain't got that. It's demoralizing. Back in my day, before we had social media, you didn't know what was going on in other schools unless you knew somebody that went to that school. So you just, it really wasn't that big of a factor. You found other things to do because you didn't have no other way of knowing what's going on in other people's schools. So it's tough nowadays. I will say engaging the students is tougher now because there's so many other things that they can do or find to do. So you got to find a way to get them involved.
What do you think about? I don't know if I ever asked you about Brian Simmons losing Brian Simmons to TSU, a band director. I haven't
Um,
seen much of their social media. Does he? Southern got a heck of a social media department for the band. Is that the same for TSU?
I've been looking. I saw. I know they got. I know Ocean of Soul has a YouTube channel. I don't think it's as deep as Southern's right now, but it was. That was kind of a surprise when he left. But they kind of kept on going. Southern has been that way. Whoever steps into the spot, you got the formula, you got everything that kind of keep it going. So it's not as big of a loss as other places, but I'm glad that he had TSU, and I know that program is gonna get even better. With a guy that's leading it like that.
So UCA dropped a video show that black tailgate. UCA that's one of those another program kind of similar to what you was talking about earlier that's normally pretty good, but they're not really talked about like that. A lot of people don't talk about UCA. You got to be in the state to at least know about it. But if you didn't really go there, you ain't really just. I was just going. I went to some UCA games because I knew somebody playing there, but it just never was a place where I'm wake up on Saturday and be like, man, I want to go to a UCA game. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of like Northwestern is to y'all. Like,
Oh yeah, you just don't. That's just a
yeah,
no go. I
yeah,
mean, no, at least South Louisiana, nobody talks about a school up there. Not Tech, ULM, none of those schools, other than Grambling, because Grambling is Grambling, but nobody talks about those schools. So truth be told, you don't even hear a lot of McNeese or Nichols. You might hear ULL, but like I say, so you have to have a reason to go to games at those schools. You don't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna run up to Natchitoches today and see what's popping up there." You just don't do that. Even in
yeah.
my days when we used to ride, school to school, to go hang out, it wasn't going out.
But to Jamie G point, like I get that they're in the middle of nowhere, but also that probably makes them because I've been to Alcorn, but that probably makes that college experience though. See, TSU is in Houston. So if you're a small school, but you're in Houston, like they always talk about, is all this other stuff you can get into. But you go to Alcorn in the middle of nowhere, you gonna get involved on campus. You gonna talk to the people that you go to school with, because who else you gonna talk to? Ain't nobody
Yeah,
else around there.
you ain't got nobody else. Cause I remember my niece when she ultimately ended up going to Southern and graduating from Southern, but she was a cheerleader. And she went to visit Alcorn because they was offering her, a scholarship and everything. And her dad and her dad's family is Alcorn people, but she never really been to Lorman like that. So when she took a visit, she was like, "Where?" I mean, she's from Dallas. So she's like, "Where's McDonald's and all of this?" Dad was like, "Hey, he ain't like that up here," And she's like, "Well, I think I'll go to Southern." But it's one of them things. Like you have to be, you have to be built for that kind of stuff. You can't if you're not ready for it or you don't understand it. It can be tough, but a community that they support, Alcorn will support. So, no matter what they're doing or what they have, they will support. And as bad as Alcorn baseball team was this year, the last series of the season they played Southern, and they brought a gang of people to Baton Rouge for a meaningless game. So that's support. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
I was gonna let that Los J comment slide, man. We a bad school. What can I say? We good at it, but we good at everything else too. So there's nothing wrong with being a band school.
Yeah,
don't lose to the band school now. don't lose to the band school. I knew a lot of people went to Southeastern, and that's like 30 minutes from here. So that was kind of like a school that get talked about, but not that much. Nicholls State, no, it was never really. You got some people that's not a fan of the band director at TSU, man. Y'all can get acclimated, man. Don't be too rough on them.
That bad highlight that Alcorn had against Ole Miss, Lee said against the champs.
But y'all don't be playing with nobody, man. I swear. I don't look too fondly on Southeastern, but like I said, I know a lot of people that went there. I spent a lot of time on that campus, so it's got a place for me. Just not athletically though.
Man, that Joseph Hart comment, I wasn't gonna say nothing, man, because you know that conversation been exhausting.
That's you all day right now.
That's been exhausting, man. Like it's so crazy with that whole JSU moving up to the Big Ten crap. Like, come on, man. Like, do people are we slow? Like, do people not understand what it takes and that we not there yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the fascination with that? And we can't even sell out our own stadiums every week. Our operating budgets are so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than football for one, and football we're not even there yet. But let's sell out our stadiums consistently every week. You know what I'm saying? Let's not have disgruntled soccer players at our school because they don't get no money. Before you talking about all of that stuff, like, come on, man.
And let me chime in. I know a lot of our fan bases are the who we playing type of fans. You know, we don't come out unless we playing certain people. If you gonna move up, that got to go out the window because you ain't playing none of us no more if you move up. So you need, you know, if you move up and you move to Conference USA, then you need to be in the stands when I don't know who in Conference USA no more because the league has changed 90 times. But you know, UTSA or somebody come to town, you need to be there because that's your conference opponents now. You know, you got to get off of that. You know, we need these people here to help make the stadium what it is. You need to do that yourself. So that's one thing that you're really gonna have to change mentality wise is get off of that. Who we playing that dictates who coming. You know.
But that's just part of the point, though. I mean, I've seen several people post. This ain't my words; it's their words. Like nobody wants to see their school play a PWI every week. They don't want to see that.
It changes your culture, man. I mean, even playing McNeese, and McNeese got out of any team in this local area, they probably got one of the better fan bases on the FCS level that's not HBCU, and they travel decently, but they not all coming to your campus, so it's up to you. You're gonna go flood their campus. Everybody going to Lake Charles when you play down there, but they not bringing a third of what you bring. So your atmosphere is never going to be the same. And I mean, come on, I'm not even touch on halftime. You know, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So you have to look at all aspects of that, man. You know, all sports and everything. I've been trying to research. I think it's another defensive line addition. I think Dooley is really he being really thorough with rebuilding that defensive line, especially with guys that can plug up the middle and stop the run. This guy's kind of a guy that can do that and rush the passer. So I think he recognizes what the weakness was on that team. You know, as far as numbers wise go, not necessarily talent. But numbers wise, you know, the defensive line was real thin last year. So, you know, he throwing numbers at every position now, and I can't do nothing but salute that part there. Now, how everybody works out is a different story, but, you know, throwing numbers at it and trying to figure out what can work, you know, I definitely salute that. And Southeastern, they can get, that place can get kind of rowdy, man. You know what I mean? It's a reason why, you know, once they brought their football program back, you know, Southern never going there again, I don't think, unless it's, you know, some kind of way we end up in the same conference, because years ago we had a big fight there. and they were like, we'll never be let back on their schedule. So, you know, I heard a lot of bad things came out of the game against FAM. No, that I heard a lot of things about that. LSU Shreveport, I guess that's okay, you know, in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was content, man. This is, you know, I mean at least the Big Ten part to me is just, you know, people trying to generate clicks and get attention. I mean, hell, I made a video about it. You know, what I mean, it gets people attention, but there is, you know, something to that, you know, that people want to see them leave, because a lot of people feel like already that they have lapped us and we, you know, they don't belong with us no more. You know, and that's not JSU people feel that way. Them outside people feel that way. That you know, they steering that narrative like that. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, you know, that's where, you know, as far as since they regionalized the playoffs to an extent, that's pretty much where you're going. So at least you got a familiarity with, you know, with those schools and with those areas. But, you know, I mean, I would really not really want to play a lot in schools. You know, I mean, to me, honestly, I'm fine with playing McNeese. I mean, I wish one of us would beat them because they're 12-0 against the SWAC. But other than McNeese, I don't really have no need to play nobody else in the Southland, me personally. But, you know, other people's mileage may vary. Oh, you won't have a fifth quarter, you know. You know that. You ain't gonna have no zero quarter and you ain't gonna have no fifth quarter. You just gonna have halftime and that's it. Cause if they even bring their band with them, you know what I'm saying? Nobody. Yeah. You bring your band to them, they're not bringing their band to your stadium, man. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. McNeese don't, you know what I mean? They have probably the biggest fan base that travels in their conference, and they don't bring a lot of people to the games because let's be real. A lot of them people, they don't feel comfortable at a black school. You know what I mean? Let's just, you know, I mean, you know, that's the elephant in the room. You know, a lot of them, you know, they huddle up together, man. When they came to Southern, I saw mad people sitting like right up on top of each other. I'm like, y'all can spread out. You ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. And then they won, and they was like all a mob out the stadium. I'm like, man, ain't nobody worried about that. Like, yeah, and they all sat in the end zone right down from me. I saw all of them together, all 15 of them. I seen them all. I did my count. It wasn't many, man. It really wasn't many, and that's always how it is. Nickel State is even less, and they closer. They like 90 minutes away, and they don't bring nobody.
Hey, what year? Says D Lob 2010. What year were you around UAPB campus?
I agree with this right here. You know, that's my statement. It should be you fill up your stadium. Everybody else, you know, if they can get in where they fit in. I don't really feel like we should need people from other schools to be there. It makes it better, but you know, I don't think you necessarily need them to be there. But you know, if you're gonna be a conference mate, you need to come to some of, you know what I'm saying, you need to take them trips, at least in a bus. You know, get a bus to take that trip to support your team. You know, I mean, if you're going to play those kind of people, it would be nice to have some of them come through. Yeah, and I'll never go to Thibodeau again, man. I hate that place.
What's wrong with that place?
Not the city itself, because I don't. But Nickel State, man, they routinely used to wet down one side of the field. They would not let you in before the game start. You know, they would keep the gates closed till like 20 minutes for game time. You know, they would like your sideline will look like a mud pit, and their sideline will be dry as a bone, and it ain't rain all day. You know, they would do anything it took for them to win, man. And you know, you would rarely be able to get out of there with a W. It's tough there. I mean, you know, they make it tough there.
So you remember, like, you was there with Ben and Michael Wilson and Willie Young and all them guys. You was around that time.
Yeah. So you say y'all only care about the fifth quarter when y'all cross the state line? Because I know Southern gonna still be playing whether y'all there or not. So
they said we need bands to come to Houston to help their attendance. But hey, you were just talking about band schools. Now you talking about that like that's a bad thing. Now all of a sudden you asking for some.
He wanted the band schools to help bring people to their stadium. That band school help fill that stadium up, man. That band school had a gang of people there for that COVID game, man. Don't forget that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so he was around for them days when we had that big fight with y'all up in Pine Bluff. I know you remember that.
Yeah, that was a little bit after that. That was probably the 2011 season.
Yeah, that was 11.
Or 2010, 10 or 11 season. Yeah, he just missed that one.
I won't say it was 11 because I know 12 we played y'all in Baton Rouge and y'all beat the brakes off us.
Yeah, I was there at the Brawl game, and Webby was in concert that same night.
Hey,
in Pine Bluff.
That's that Baton Rouge
I said,
energy,
man, imagine that.
if that man wasn't in town, they probably had no fight, man. They could feel that energy covering the city like a cloud, man. You know, that's Baton Rouge all day. That's what we do. I hate to say it, but that's what we do.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he was around PB for a minute. Yeah, now that was some good old days back in them years with Cedric Bourne and Billy Moody and them guys. They had a few good guys back then. Thrillo said he had his only holding penalty in his career. Hey man, you must didn't block nobody. How you just got one holding penalty in your career? Hey, that's good if you played a lot and only got one holding penalty.
Wait, was that game they beat y'all like 70 or something, or 2 or something like that? That's a shame if they call a holding. I don't know if that's the actual game, but I know one game y'all went down there and you know they handled y'all really badly. If they horrible there, man. Anybody that been there know what it's like, man. It's rough.
Anything 2010, 2012.
Yes. I was so glad I wasn't living in Baton Rouge during that time period, man. It was rough. It was a rough time to be a Jaguar, man.
Thurlow say he was that dude, though, man.
He was. Hey, I need to find, man. I need to know a little bit more about who you is, because we about the same time frame. When you was at TSU, so y'all had some teams back then, man. They had some pretty good teams back then.
Hey, sound like you need to bring Thrillo on SWAC
I know,
talk.
Man. Hey, we might have to work that out, man.
Send something out. Yeah, send something out. Bring him on.
I can't have somebody that was that dude back in the day sitting in the comments, you know.
Yeah. Can we get a Labor Day and Little Rock folk SWAC games? One each day, Friday through Labor Day, grand finale, all Labor Day. Man, I think it'll work. But the only thing about it, you talking about 4 football teams, 4 bands. Now we talking about housing. You know, Little Rock is a nice size, but Yeah, you had to have teams in Bryant, North Little Rock. You had to have folks spread it out. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people. You talking about housing, a lot of security, a lot of everything. So by us not being a city that deals with that kind of stuff, I don't know how much they would, entertain that. But I like the idea. I mean,
Yeah,
anytime you can get HBCUs together like that and, bring all them fans in, but I just don't think Little Rock or Arkansas, period, ready for nothing like that, especially black. Come on, man. I don't think they. I would love it, but I don't think they'd do that, man. That would be
yeah.
dope, though. That would
I
really.
mean,
That's a good idea.
it'll be a nice little kickoff thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need things like that, man, to kind of kick things off. Man, if your team lost to Valley 6-0 on national TV, I think you would fire your coach too, man. 6-0. And the only reason why it wasn't 0-0 was because Valley blocked the punt and got the ball to the 1 yard line and ran it in for a touchdown on the next play. And Southern offense could not do nothing. And, they fired a man on Friday, lost on Thursday. We did beat Jackson State the next week with Coach Worm, so I guess the team wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I'm with y'all, man. Like, I would love for that event to happen. I just don't know. I don't know, man. We got Frank Scott Jr. got a black mayor in Little Rock now. He may be open to listening to it, but then you got to get the SWAC people to agree. You know what I'm saying? And probably be a lot of SWAC fans talking crazy from other schools. You might have some that's in, some that's out. But
Well, that part, it always, it don't matter where you
yeah,
play. Swag people gonna complain about one part of it, gonna complain about it all the time. No matter who it is, no matter where it's at, somebody gonna complain. So that part you just leave it out. But convincing the conference itself to like stop kissing Birmingham so much and show somebody else some attention, that might take some work, because they like in love, and it's hard to separate the two right now. So you gotta maybe kind of put something in the air and make it rocky a little bit, maybe they'll look other places.
What's with that, man? Like, they need to move the basketball championship or the SWAC tournament in basketball away from Birmingham. I think you're moving it further away from some places. Obviously, you're never gonna get it right where everybody at, but I still think Jackson is one of the best places for that, centrally located.
And I mean, truthfully, if you talking, you want support, I hate to say it, but you play it in Houston, people turn out because one of the two teams in the area are gonna be in the championship. And I know my TSU people are gonna be like, oh, of course we are. But playing that game in Birmingham, man, nobody, maybe on Saturday for the championship game, people are gonna turn out. But you need people to turn out for the first round games, the second round games. You need them to turn out all the time. So yeah, Jackson is a great place. It's almost centrally located. They got a nice place to play it at that can fit the crowd. And, they got some passionate fans that like SWAC basketball. So, it's anywhere but Birmingham. And I don't have nothing against the city. I've been there a couple of times, but, let's spread the love around,
Let me address this comment. I don't know where Pine Bluff was ranked as best middle class black community. We be seeing stuff like that on YouTube and weird stuff like that, and everybody from the Bluff be like, "Man, who paying these people to say this?" You know what I'm saying? Like that's just real. Like, I don't know how we was ranked best anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've been there. I was born and raised there. My parents still there. And as bad as I wish that was true, and it could be true through the eyes of whoever, but I don't know nothing about that. I think they lying. But I think Arkansas Baptist, which is a 2-year sports school, but it's a 4-year school, I don't know if they would be. I think Arkansas Baptist would probably go NAIA or something like that if they could move up to a 4-year sports school. Then we got Philander Smith is another HBCU in Little Rock, which they only play basketball. but they don't have football or nothing like that either. So we got some HBCUs in the Rock, man. We got more in Arkansas. It's just they don't play football.
Yeah, you know, when you like we keep saying, you know, football is the wheel that drive the car. So if you don't have football, it's tough. But to touch on this comment, out of the three guys that's there, I would probably go with McKay because I think that's the guy that Dooley really. I can't say he trusts him yet because you know he hadn't played for him, but that's the guy he brought in personally. He recruited him and brought him in, and you know he keeps saying that he don't want a game manager, and you know I feel like Bubba might be too much of a game manager. I don't think he's the guy that could take over a game. A great kid, you know, but you know I don't know if he's that guy. So right now I would go with McKay. If Biden can make a strong showing in camp, you know I wouldn't be surprised if he start, but I think McKay is gonna be the guy especially coming out of the spring. Yeah, champ. I mean, you know, whoever it is, the champ should not have to travel further than nobody else. You know, so maybe we host it at the highest seeded team. Maybe we do that.
Yeah, do that. So that'll give some incentive right there.
I mean, it works in football. I mean, you see people going all out at the end of the season because you're trying to get that home game, and it works in other conferences. You know, I mean, we don't necessarily have to have a neutral site tournament, especially if everybody ain't turning out.
Yeah, they ain't coming anyway.
What crowd are we missing if we play it? You know, I mean, other than maybe, you know, last year would have been at Alcorn. They would have had a great turnout for, you know, and Alcorn not a bad drive for most of the teams that still was there, you know, so or in, you know, wherever. So I think maybe they should try that. Yeah, the SWAC office is in Birmingham.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Our ABC then went to NAIA. Yeah, that's pretty new. I remember when they first started. When I came out of high school, that was their first year starting football up at Arkansas Baptist. So you telling me if the SWAC tournament in basketball, baseball, any of those other sports, if it's in Baton Rouge and even Southern ain't in it, but if it's hosted in Baton Rouge, you're gonna go, right? You're gonna go check out something.
I mean, and I'm saying that out of all honesty because growing up, we did have a SWAC tournament in Baton Rouge quite a few years. They played it it's the River Center downtown. They played it there, and they always had good crowds, even when Southern didn't make it. You know, but that was something that they did, you know, a few years in a row. So people was used to going out, and you know, people was turning out for basketball back then. So I don't know about now, but me personally, yeah, I would skip work to go watch a tournament game. You know, it's just I'm wired differently, but you know, I think, you know, if you make it to where people can come through on a Thursday, you know, Friday, that's a whole lot better than expecting people to come somewhere on Wednesday that's 8 hours away, you know.
So I got a couple people on here that spent time in Pine Bluff. I don't want to seem like I'm the angry Pine Bluffian that's been there my whole life. I want to know from y'all, do y'all believe Pine Bluff is the new Black Wall Street? I don't think we would have so much, you know, hardship recruiting and all that stuff if all that stuff was true, you know. But sometimes other people can see things you can't see. Like, you know, when I came to your spring game, I was seeing things that maybe you don't have an appreciation for because it's normal to you. You on to the next challenge, but I'm appreciating the things that you may see at the bottom or the bare minimum. I'm appreciating that because I don't get to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, man, you need to have other people's eyes to really get a handle on what's going on because your vision is always going to be a certain way, and when you see things enough, your vision get clouded, and you can't change your vision because you are used to it. So having somebody who coming from somewhere else that's not used to it or hadn't seen it, you know, they can give you another avenue to what's going on.
That's a good question for you, C. Wells. Not that one, but what kind of venue to Jackson?
Oh, let me. I don't know about this place. I just looked it up. Jamie G, if he's still on, he could probably chime in. He a Jackson guy. they do have a Coliseum called Mississippi Coliseum that's in the fairgrounds area. It holds like almost 7,000 people. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of shape it's in, but, if you don't want to play it at JSU, they do have another arena in the area. Let's see. If they had to move anywhere in the state, I guess Baton Rouge if it had to stay in the state, but if it had to leave the state, Houston, I don't think nowhere further than that. No Shreveport, man. I never liked Shreveport, man. My sister used to live there. I never liked that city, man. It's just I went to many games at Independence Stadium. It just never really did nothing for me. I don't really like that area or nothing like that. But if I had to not New Orleans in Louisiana, I would guess Baton Rouge. But other than that, maybe Houston. Although, I mean, New Orleans is, it's ingrained. So,
yeah, I can't see a Bayou Classic out in New Orleans, man.
Yeah, it takes some weird. It takes some, it takes some serious circumstances to get it out of the area. 2005 was Katrina, and we played in Houston, and this COVID year was in Shreveport, which I was gonna go, but my wife was out of town, so I ended up not going. I was happy to. I want to take that trip, man. Hey,
Operation Get Seawells to the Bluff, man. We gotta get them turkey legs and everything on deck when you get there.
From one bluff to the next, man. Hey, we got our own bluff. So from one bluff to the next, hey, I'm with it, man. We got. Hey, let's make it happen.
Hey, if you come, I'm telling you, I got turkey legs. You're gonna be taken care of. Just get there.
I'm a serious try to make it up there next year for sure. Because I only been to whenever Southern played Pine Bluff and Little Rock. I barely drove through Pine Bluff. The only time I've been there, and we drove through there late at night, so I never even saw none of the area. So
yeah,
I don't think the turnout was that great. I didn't go. I was in Florida at the time, but I know a lot of people wasn't going because it wasn't in New Orleans. You know how people can be, but I don't think it was a bad turnout. But I know it wasn't anywhere close to the normal. I didn't heard about that Stank, man. I didn't heard that much. I don't know nothing else, but I didn't heard
Stank City. Yeah, they can cook in Arkansas, Lowe's J. We country, man. But I got an aunt living in Houston, man. She born and raised in Pine Bluff, but she been in Houston since before I was born. So she been in Houston probably 30 plus years. But yeah, we can cook, man.
Everybody in the South, somebody in the South, in every city can cook, man. Come on now. How it goes, especially when you go further away from them bright lights. People cook a lot better.
Yeah. We ain't got nothing else to do. What else we gonna do?
Man, my grandma lived in Woodville, Mississippi, man, and she would cook a spread every day. I'm talking about whatever you name, man. Ham, turkey, all that, and cakes and pies, man. She would throw down on that by herself and nobody else in the house.
More SWAC coaches try to find players in the mid majors. I guess if they hit the portal, I guess they can, but I don't think you can just go get them. We do no tampering.
I mean, I know a coach that got a couple guys from Bowie State, and people try to clown them because they D2 guys. I'm like, Bowie State could have beat a lot of SWAC teams, so don't,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Individual talent don't mean nothing, just because what division you in. Guys got talent everywhere. What the guy was at Miles or Kingston Davis, I think it was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize who that was. That dude ran circles around Southern all night, man. That's a Power 5 guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, talent is there. It just may not be a lot of it, but talent is there.
But yeah, of course we're gonna do some bouncing, some projections. I know you do your own tour around the SWAC, but we'll kind of get on here and battle some preseason projections.
Oh yeah, and I mean our next show is actually the same day as fan day, so we'll have a lot of stuff. I mean, fan day, media day,
media day. Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of, we'll definitely have a lot of things going around. And like I said, I'm starting my team previews next week, so we're gonna have a lot of stuff. Man, I appreciate that, Blue, man. Thank you very much, man, for chiming in. We trying to get there, man. We trying to get the way you at, man. It's a slow climb, but we trying to get there. I mean, everybody can't get they list recognized by schools, man. Hey, man, it's on it, man.
Man, I wish I could take off and go to media day, but I don't think they're gonna allow that with me just getting there.
Yeah, you can't. You ain't really in the position to ask for no time off yet, bro.
Yeah, but I sure go up there. But one thing everybody did notice, it was very clear of the schools who aren't sure about their quarterback position. Some schools took defensive linemen, offensive linemen, and everybody but the quarterback because they don't want no questions.
Hey, I understand. Some of us, we trying to sweep that.
Yeah,
we trying to sweep that under the rug. But I will say now, some of the schools that brought quarterbacks, I don't know if they showing their hand on who's gonna be the starter or who they think gonna be the starter, because there was some surprising names that's there, that's gonna be there, like Shazan Connolly from Prairie View. I mean, is he gonna be a starting quarterback? You don't bring a backup to media day.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the starter. Hey, Lowe's J talking about call in. Man, tell him I ain't finna play with that COVID, man. I ain't finna play with that. But to Tim, yeah, everything's still going good, man. Montgomery has been honestly been pretty good so far. So I haven't had no complaints at all. People been good to me. It's going good.
Yeah, Blue. I know y'all grinding, man. Like I said, it's a slow grind, but it's been fun. It just, like I said, I just enjoy doing this for whatever, man. So whatever come with it is what come with it. But I definitely appreciate a guy like you coming through for sure.
I hope he's what everybody expecting him to be. I mean, that's all we can do at this point in the season is go off of potential and expectation. But I hope he's what everybody, projecting him to be. And I see a couple of people on Skylar Perry. But that's
I was surprised he was listed on there. I mean, you
Well,
bring in
who
Mark
else you
Evans,
think
why
they
not
gonna-
bring Monroe Beard, man? That dude was a beast at linebacker. But I guess Doc trying to make a statement.
I'm waiting to hear what he got to say, man. I want to know what he gonna say.
Who, Doc?
Yeah. You think they're gonna ask him about last year and what's going on? And
I mean, what all I want to know is how the hell you let the Alcorn game get away, man? That game wrecked the season, honestly. Oh, I know yours gonna be on point, so I'm not even. I'm looking forward to that. Los J, you say he could be second, so who gonna be third? Cause I know your guy. You're not gonna put your guy in third. So are you saying what I think you're saying?
he said Shador first, Davis second, Body third.
Ooh, I know Los J ain't saying that.
Oh, well, he got to clear that up, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. He just cleared it up. He said,
Yeah,
Body number one.
That's why I was like, well, I mean, and that's a Houston guy, so he gonna ride with them Texans, man. Well, I mean, Shador's a Texan too, man. Come on. I know you're a North Sider, but
He said Doc gonna say what he been saying, nothing.
What has he said, man?
Nothing. Hey, but can we get 2,500 through the air from Andrew Body and 1,000 on the ground? Can we get that out of him this year?
Oh, you get that out of him, he's SWAC player of the year. I'm gonna tell you.
25 and 1K.
25, 1K. What? How many touchdowns?
overall touchdowns, 30 to maybe 4 or 5 interceptions.
So like 20 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a SWAC. That he put up them numbers. He's SWAC player of the year, and they probably division champs. I mean, I feel like they're gonna go as he go. That team is, that team believes in him on both sides of the ball. So I think if he can put up them kind of numbers, that means everybody else is producing too. So they're gonna be dangerous if they put that up.
Hey, Coach Gamble got to make it easy on himself. He hadn't made it easy on himself. So until he come out and let us know something, give us something, man. I mean, we already know we looking bad, but 3,500 and 1K. Los J going too far now.
That man setting records. Say DJ, how you looking on time, man?
I mean, I'm good. I mean,
you want to keep going?
I mean, we can start wrapping it up.
I mean, because
I ain't realized we were still.
No, I'm saying, man, if you want to keep going, we keep going for a little while because I'm at home by myself, so I'm free tonight. If you got a little bit longer, I mean, otherwise, we can do whatever.
Yeah, I was just saying. I got a good 5 more minutes in me.
All right.
I think Jones at Cookman can be dangerous. BCU. That's somebody else. They ain't taking a quarterback.
No, they bringing Everett and Amari Hill Robinson.
Yeah,
I like that guy. Man, that guy's gonna be a great DB this year.
Can we get consistency? Scott Perry, great dude, but we need more. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. Hopefully he come out and be the guy that he was in the spring, but better. But this last fall, I don't know what. And, I was telling y'all from the game against Lane College that he looked like he was shook then. He just didn't, from play one, he didn't look good. And it kind of carried on through the season. So,
but he kind of was showing shades of 2019 where, he was splitting time with Shannon Patrick.
Yeah.
They both was uneven. I mean, that team was a lot better than the year before, but the quarterback play was uneven. And, I think he kind of showed them kind of shades in the fall, I wanted, like I keep saying, I wanted that spring was like not the best thing for them. I think sometimes, you come up too fast and you're not ready for, what you got to do afterwards. I mean, having a guy like that as your security blanket as a new quarterback, I think that's almost a cheat code, man. That's a guy that's gonna bail you out of a lot of problems. If you can get your running game going, and Jones is a runner, so he's gonna be a threat. That offense could be a lot better this year. I think they got a chance to be a lot better, and if the defense can slow some people down, you never know what can happen.
I'm looking forward to BCU. 3,500 spread is not already at 2,000 players. You mean 3,500 total, right? You ain't talking about 3,500 passing.
Yeah, he capable. He capable of putting up the numbers, but like I said, he putting up 35K through the air. I doubt his running numbers gonna be that high because obviously he's not gonna have to run much.
Hey, I'm kind of with Blue. This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't think Nugget is the best DB in the SWAC. I mean, I saw him get, done pretty bad several times. I don't really. He's hype. I'm not saying he sucks, but sometimes players can get too much hype.
I agree. I mean, like I've been, I didn't pay a lot of attention to Bethune-Cookman last season, but these last few weeks going over these guys and putting these lists together, Hill Robinson is the truth, man. And he's a guy a lot of people don't realize the talent that he has because, Bethune-Cookman didn't have a great season last year. And, a lot of people don't pay attention to them. So, that's a guy who, is capable of being the best the best guy in the league easily, you know, if he had the attention that, you know, that his talent deserves.
Man. Kyron Lawson say top 5 worst head coaches in SWAC history. Oh, I'm sure that list will be long as ever.
James Bell from JSU. And I know my JSU people ain't gonna disagree with that.
They already said James Bell number 1. That's what David G said.
And the great man, but Stump Mitchell, man, he was not a great fit at coach, man. He came from Morgan State and he didn't win no games there. And, you know, people thought he was gonna win at Southern.
Can we throw Lee Hartman on there? We need a coach on there. Lee
Hartman won games though, man.
What games? I mean, does that mean he's not a bad head coach because he won some games? Because the team won some games?
No, I'm just messing with you, man. He can go on the list easily. Yeah, honestly, he can easily go on the list.
Be one.
Let me see who else. I mean, I know my Alcorn people are gonna say Johnny Thomas because I mean that man was all right, but he was pretty bad as well for them. I know that. I know he don't really get too many high votes on their end. Let's see who else we could throw out there. Oh, UAP people, y'all. Earl Holmes. I mean, they all part of SWAC now. They wasn't in, but Earl Holmes. I know the fan people don't really look that high on him, and that's a shame because that dude was definitely a great player at this school, man. Tony Hughes, boy, y'all. JSU. I mean, the last few years, JSU got a few of them. I mean, you could throw Harold Jackson on that too. You know what I'm saying? Old man Jackson, like. Jason Rollins, number 1 with a bullet. Yeah, Spady wasn't. He wasn't much at A&M. Man, in my eyes, man, Rollins was 5 years ago, man. I didn't put that so far in the background, man.
Hello, Jay. I love Rollins.
Hey, it took a 4th down conversion for y'all to beat Rollins, man. Don't talk no noise now. Because that man, Steve Wilson at TSU, yeah, that was a tough one. But I will say, man, Rollins is probably the only coach I know that ran Bubba McDaniel instead of running Skelton on a 4th and 1. I mean, it could be any running quarterback, and you run Bubba over your running quarterback in 4th and 1 inside your own 40-yard line. That's pretty rough, man. I mean, I don't really want to remember it either, but you know, it's ingrained in my memory, man. Man, you don't want to know how much I drank after that game, man. My wife thought I was going to die. I was so mad, man. I left the house and went to the store and came back, and it took a good 6 hours for me to calm down, man. That game hurt a lot. I'm not even gonna lie, it hurt a lot. I mean, anytime you lose to TSU, it hurt because it's not that often.
Dang, it was 2 interim coaches at the Bayou Classic.
And now the coach that was Coach Graves work at Southern again. So
he back at Southern?
Yeah, he on Dooley staff.
Oh man.
And Coach Graves got a lot of love in Baton Rouge, man. He came right back. Hey man, and that's the first time I know of that was such a weird game, man. That was such an odd game. I can't even describe how weird it was being down there.
I was gonna bring up PV all them years, man, when they played in the Alamo Dome or something like that.
Ooh, PV, they played at a cow pasture.
No, they played in the dome or something at one point. This
I mean,
was way.
they play, man. They played games all over the state of Texas because nobody wanted to come to their stadium.
Man, they sucked back then. This was like probably early 2000s. They sucked.
That was on the tail end of their garbage time, man, because they had a stretch in the 90s where they didn't win a game in football or basketball. You know how hard it is not to win a basketball game?
Yeah.
28 in basketball and 11 in football.
I don't think I don't know if Fives would come to Pine Bluff, man. I would like to get him though. I think he would be good for Pine Bluff.
Oh man, nah, I'm not letting that dude go out of Baton Rouge at all. Hey, if Pine Bluff fired Doc Gamble, I know a coach in this local area, man, that he had college experience. He's a head coach in college last year. He would love that job. So let me know. I can make a recommendation.
Who was that?
Jason Rollins.
Man. Hey, we might well go without a coach. You know, we don't need nobody just holding the title. We can save that salary. Just let the players go out there and play. They probably do a better job.
Man, that Bayou Classic was so sad, man. I was like numb. I really wasn't even mad. I was just numb. I did leave before that kick went through the uprights. So I mean, I know he made it, but I wouldn't have knew if he made it or not, because as soon as the ball left his foot, I grabbed my wife by the arm and we left. I was like, we out of here. I don't even want to know what happened.
But I think I'm finna get ready to get out of here, man.
All right, man. I'm gonna chill for a couple more minutes if you don't mind, right?
Yeah. Random YouTube channel coach to. Yeah, there you go. Let a random YouTube channel coach the team every week.
11 games. I know we got 11 channels or something, man. You know what I'm saying? We can split this one up. You know, you can take one game, I take another game, man. Hey, we probably can win more games, you know?
Hey, that pizza don't sound bad. Hey, dude, it's something else, man. Hey, he probably at the house eating right now while he watching the show.
Of course, he's sitting back with his meal, man. Probably one of them wild animals he be seeing out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's doing that with some animals somewhere. Got to put a face with donation at the honeybees practice. Hey man, I'm trying to keep a good face card. I'm trying to keep my job. I just got here. I must donate from a distance and keep it pushing.
The anonymous donor.
Yeah, that's anonymous donor, man. That's it. It's from the heart.
Hey, it got to start somewhere, man. You know, hey, they were the first ones that had asked for it. So if the cross country team asked for it, he'd have blessed them first.
Yeah, I mean, I bless UAPB. You know what I'm saying? I bless a lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot, but a few SWAC schools so far. So. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. Before TSU, they're gonna be on my rope. I can't just get out peacefully.
Hey, they gonna get you fired, man.
Dude, man. Hey, man. Hey, you gotta block those J, man. When he at the end of shows when he get on the road.
You gotta act see good. How happy he is.
Yeah. Swag smoke. Is it true that? I haven't looked at that contract, man.
I'm gonna be real. Ain't nobody releasing numbers, and that you know what I'm saying. When don't nobody release numbers, that means something ain't up to par. But I haven't seen no numbers on it, so I've seen a few people asking, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm gonna see if I can get to the bottom of that, because the money that you generate and the eyes that you generate, the money needs to be better than that.
Yeah,
they got the stingers and the honeybees, man.
You gotta get on YouTube and look up the honeybees, man.
There you go.
Hey man, I'm just trying to educate the man on the honeybees, the difference between the honeybees and the stingettes.
We usually start at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. We just been going a little long today.
Yeah, see, Will got a hall pass today.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. You know, and
you better not say that too loud, man. She might be tuning in, talking about you loving it. You be loving the couch tonight.
I'm gonna get that call in a minute. What you saying?
Yeah,
but hey, somebody let the honeybees know that SWAC Smoke is a huge fan of that auxiliary, man.
Hey man, what? You going to the I haven't decided about the MEAC SWAC Challenge game, but the last comment is wrong. Yeah.
She ain't gonna slam them keys, man. She gonna throw them keys right at my head, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about you gonna be there, Reeves, at the MEAC SWAC Challenge game.
You mean Commissioner McClellan? He gonna be there.
Yeah, he good. You gonna be in the press box or down on the middle of the field or what?
He gonna be in a suite. He might can wave at you from where he at.
He said he'll be there. So you going for Howard? You going for Howard, right?
Tell him to find Commissioner McClellan and take a picture of them two together. Because I need to know.
Yep, I'm going on Howard's side. Oh man, hey man, how you be coming to SWAC Smoke? You know what I'm saying? Parlaying.
Because there is no MEAC Smoke, man. It's like the SWAC got the YouTube media on lock, man.
I think he's infiltrating the SWAC, man, trying to figure out what's going on in the SWAC so he can go back and.
Yeah, he an undercover agent, man.
The top 5 SWAC academic schools in order. Nah.
Ooh, man, that's not my. Yeah, that's not my pay grade.
I ain't gonna start on that one. I ain't got no order for sure. I'd have to say, I don't know.
I will say, if you call your school the academic resort, then you should rank pretty highly. So I'm just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I usually can make up something, but I can't even make my way out of that one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be based on departments. Some schools gonna be stronger in certain things, like FAMU engineering school is pretty strong from what I hear. But you know what though? I had to do some research because that's a good question. You know what I'm saying?
It is, honestly. Like I say, man, I don't like to speak on something if I ain't got enough knowledge to at least finesse my way through it. So I'm gonna come back at you with that. So y'all gave me some homework. I'm gonna do some homework, come up with something. I think the FAMU South Carolina State game could be interesting. I mean, FAMU did beat them last year, so I'll keep our eyes on that. It's in Orangeburg, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be there.
Yes, I mean it's gonna be interesting. I'll definitely keep my eyes on that one. Man, let's touch this one before you get out of here, DJ.
I plan on going to all 6 at Bama State, and I'm probably gonna do my normal Bayou Classic as far as my travel, and I'm either gonna go to Magic City Classic or the Boombox Classic. That's gonna be another game. So that's probably gonna do me 8-9 games right there.
Well, I'm easy. I'm gonna be at every Southern game on the schedule. I'm debating Tallahassee. That's probably the only one that I'm not 100% sure about going to.
You gotta go there, man.
I know that's that's the one. It's late in the year. I gotta convince the wife on that one. But other than that, I know for sure. I mean, I'm be at every Southern home game for sure. definitely gonna be in Jackson. Be in Arlington. We don't have a lot of road games, so I'll be at LSU. So and the Classic, so I'll be everywhere. So I'm gonna definitely be at all the big games for sure and all the home games. So you'll see me around. But we're trying to get DJ to Arlington too. So
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
That's the mission.
So Blue coming to homecoming at Alabama State. Okay.
Oh, that game gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy, though. Just the atmosphere alone is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I'm thinking about going to the stadium early that morning. At least just park my car because you liable to not be able to get on campus later on that day.
Well, let me throw this out now before the season starts. If you're coming to any major game at Southern, the game starts at 6. You need to be on campus about 2:00, and that's no lie because you would not get on campus if you get there after 4:00. So make sure you get there very early so you can get over the bridge and get on campus. That's no exaggeration.
I thought Southern had the best law school, man.
We do, man. We just got. I think we just got ranked as one at the top law school. I look at it.
He flexing on us, man. He flexing.
I know. That's that low key flex. I like that. Well, if you in Baton Rouge and you on the field, man, I could easily link up with you. I'm right there. I mean, we're 100 miles away from the field, but I'm still close enough.
But I'm out, man. You can click me off, man.
All right. Well, y'all, DJ gonna bounce up out of here, man. I'm gonna give y'all a few more minutes before I had to start taking care of my dogs and whatnot. So, because they still here, so I still got to make sure they eat. But I'll give y'all a few more minutes.
All right, man.
All right, DJ. We'll catch you next week, man.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, man. It's always best to get there early, man, because especially homecomings, traffic is always gonna be bananas. And I mean, I don't know about every other school, but it's hard to get on campus at Southern, man. It's really tough. So you always want to give yourself an opportunity to not get caught up in that traffic, because it's anybody on here that been to Southern for a big game know that it's tough to get on campus. Yeah, I mean, I honestly was surprised that the turnout wasn't as great for that game, man. I was looking forward to it because, like I said, y'all hadn't been there in a long time, and I just love Southern and FAMU. So I was honestly surprised that the turnout was not quite what it was. Where we had just got slaughtered at homecoming the week before, so I think a lot of people would just quit on the season, but then they all turned off a JSU the next week. So it was hard, man. I didn't really like the way the schedule was laid out. I thought with games that big at home, you should have spaced them out and give yourself a better opportunity for a turnout because, first time for FAMU to be at Southern in years, it's crazy. Man, people start tailgating at Southern on Friday. So, but the average, typically people get on campus like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to get a good spot in the lot if you don't have a parking pass, because they so erratic with the way they park you. If you want to be parked as close to the stadium as you need to be, you want to get up there as early as you can. I learned my lesson the hard way. I used to go up there without a parking pass, and they park you in different places every time you come up there. So I made sure to get a parking pass because I don't like to have to walk as far as they make you walk sometimes. Let's see, man. And like I say, man, we appreciate y'all turning out today, man. Y'all made this a really good day. Southern do, man. We actually Southern Lab plays all their home games at Southern. It used to be they didn't play on nights we had home. They didn't play at home on weekends. We had home games, but since Southern got turf now, they play all their home games, and they always have played all their home games in Mumford Stadium. And then they also host a few other big games. My high school plays a game or two there every year too. Oh, if Southern, I know if Southern winning, man, they gonna turn it out. I know people hit the road to Tallahassee if Southern winning. I mean, I know y'all gonna turn out regardless because I know the Rattlers come out anyway. But if Southern is winning, yes, it's gonna be crazy in Tallahassee. That's I can guarantee you that. But like I'm looking, like I said, man, I'm looking forward to the season, and hopefully, you guys can make a few road trips too, man. Like I said, I'm already planning out my trips and trying to get all my stuff in order. So it should be a good season. I'm excited, and we're gonna be SWAC Smoke gonna be there, either me or DJ. So we're gonna be in the house as much as we can. So y'all make sure y'all. I'm gonna probably have my SWAC Smoke shirt on wherever I'm at. So if y'all see me, y'all make sure y'all holler at me. Yeah, season can't get here fast enough. Man, you didn't like the atmosphere the last time with the FAMU because I thought it was pretty cool, man. I mean, I saw mad people there. I know it, I know it was the first time we've been there in a long time, but I really wish we didn't have an interruption in the series because I think depending on what age group you fall in, this game is not that big to younger people because they missed the big gap of the years. But around my age range, 40 plus, you grew up with FAMU and Southern. To me that was as big as Southern and Jackson back in the day. So when I saw FAMU was joining the SWAC, I was probably the most important person. I mean, most excited person that you could see. Yeah, like I say, I thought it was, I thought it was a great turnout. Like I said, I was down there. I just was just happy to be back in Bragg, man. I don't have the best memories there. And we appreciate that, man. Thank you for tuning in. Hotels in Baton Rouge, especially since 2016 when they had a big flood in the city, hotel prices just got ridiculously high. We play a lot of the same weekends. LSU, we will have intersecting weekends, overlapping weekends between Southern and LSU. Hotels can get crazy depending on who LSU is playing. Like, if you get like a Bama or Florida coming to town, everything is gonna really, really elevate. But if you catch one of the weekends where they playing like a non-conference game or something, it won't be as bad. But Baton Rouge hotels can be bad. I don't think they're as bad as Tallahassee prices can get, because I know that I know they can get crazy with hotel prices in Tallahassee, but I don't think it's that bad. And if Southern can get that game, if they can make it, I joke a lot and say they will, but if Southern can find a way to make it and host that game, it would be crazy, man. I really would love to see Southern play that game at home. We had a couple opportunities we let slip away against, being able to host against Alcorn, but I think that I think it would be a really good turnout, man. And regardless of who they play, I know it's gonna be crazy. So hopefully, Southern have opportunity. They put the pieces together and they can make it. But right now I'm just eager to see what happens, man. I'm ready for. I'm honestly ready for the talking to be over. But we still got a whole another month of talking, so we'll see what happens. Man, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I ain't gonna stay on here too much longer. Like I said, I'm let's see. I think the Blue Stove. I mean, because it's a stove besides a restaurant. So I mean, I think they open at like 7. They open early because it's a convenience store. So anytime you go around, they're gonna be open. So if you go, there's a cat that be sitting outside, man, that'll talk to you. So holla at that little cat that's be outside sometimes. He would. I mean, at least he talked to me when I go. I don't know. He may not talk to y'all, but it's I love the Blue Stove, man. It's just one of them places, man, that you can go and hang out, man. One of the places you see all kind of people there. But man, like I said, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, man, and y'all definitely made this a great show. Like I said, we couldn't have made it to 50 episodes without y'all. And thank y'all for tuning in. And next week is Media Day, so we're gonna have a lot of coverage of that. We're gonna talk about everything that went on there, and we're gonna share our thoughts on all that kind of stuff. Man, come through, man. Hey, we playing Virginia Lynchburg for homecoming, but the crowd's still gonna be crazy. Southern homecoming is always crazy, regardless of who they playing. So if you come through, man, let me know. We can link up. We'll see what we can do, man. Like I said, I mean, I know our schedules are different, but we'll see what we can do as far as maybe doing it another time as well during the season. Maybe not every week, but maybe bigger weeks we might be able to do it. But I'll talk to DJ and see what we can do during the season. Put it on the list. Like I said, man, I really want to make it to Tallahassee this year. So it's not a long drive. So hopefully I can make that happen, and I'm gonna definitely check out the sights and scenes when I get there. So man, with that being said, I think I'm gonna let's see. Hey, maybe we could, like I said, I'm gonna talk to DJ and see, what we can do, man. We can, like I mean, y'all gotta feel me on this. When we first started this, man, we didn't have no idea of how we were gonna do this, and we was trying to get out of here in 30 minutes because we ain't had no clue. So like I said, we'll work on, we'll work on seeing what we could do, if we can do an hour and a half, maybe sometime 2. My schedule a little bit more flexible than his right now, but we'll see what we can do. Man, no, I didn't play any sports at SU, man. I just was a student there, lifelong Southern fan, Baton Rouge resident, grew up, came from a Southern family. So, I'm just a Jaguar, basically in my blood through and through. So, BJ, no, like I said, I remember BJ when he played at Southern, but I didn't play any sports at Southern. I just went to school there. Yeah, hey, no joke. If you want to send me food, man, let me know. I'll let you know where I'm at. I definitely will accept a meal during the season, and if you feed me, I'll stay on longer, man. Because like I said, we both get off of work pretty much roughly the same time, and we kind of come home and get ready for the show. So if you wanna sponsor a meal for us, we'll be here for y'all, man. We'll definitely be here for y'all. But like we looking forward to doing some some different things during the season. Might try to do a couple do something from one of the games that we had or something like that. Just spice it up a little bit. So y'all just keep them suggestions coming, and we can make it happen. We're gonna definitely make it happen. I'm really looking forward to this season and just seeing how everything turn out. And hopefully, man, like I said, I can catch up with some of y'all. And for sure, I want to catch up with my TSU people in Arlington, man, because I'm definitely gonna be there. So if y'all there, man, let me know and we can link up. Especially after the game when when we win, I want to be able to holler at y'all. That's a possibility, man. Like I said, we open up to anything. We like I said, this show is constantly evolving. We didn't even think we'd do live shows, and now that's what we're doing. So if we can make that happen, we'll do it. As far as super chats go, man, I got to get my numbers up. I got to get monetized, so I got to get to 1K. If I can get to 1K subscribers, I can do that super chat and all that kind of stuff. So y'all help me get my numbers up, and we can make them kind of things happen. Oh, I ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, I'll let you know where I'm at, and you can come and find me if you need to. I'm not. Hey, after the game, man, I don't run. So I'll take whatever happens after the game. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Now, if I'm not obligated to meet nobody, I don't nobody know I'm now. Yeah, I might get out of there. But since I know people know I'm now, I'll be there for sure. Yeah, we show MEAC some love, man. From time to time. I mean, we are our SWAC show, but I love, I love everybody. So, if I can catch a MEAC game, I definitely do that. If I can cover a MEAC game, I'll do that because they need love too. And the SWAC has been heavy on YouTube. Our MEAC don't really get the kind of support. So I'm willing to show everybody love. So that's definitely for sure. Hey, well then you're gonna be right. Hey, you sit on SU side, you'll see me and you'll hear me. So hey, I'm not gonna leave early, man. Y'all talking that 60 piece, man. If y'all bring it like that, I want to see it myself. And I ain't gonna run from that. Y'all might want me to run, but I ain't gonna run from that. And I'll take all that smoke y'all bring, man. So, and whatever happens, yeah, we can connect and we'll make it happen, man. Because I'm not gonna run from that smoke. I didn't talk too much. I ain't gonna run from that smoke. Hey, we could whatever, man. It's all good. Like I said, I'm gonna be there the whole weekend. So, hey, we can definitely make something happen. That's for sure. I want all the smoke, man. Hey, I'm not worried about nothing y'all bringing. So, I'm not running from nothing. All you got to do is hit my socials, man, and we can make it happen, man. So I definitely want to chop it up with my TSU people for sure, because y'all been showing a lot of love, man, and I definitely appreciate that for sure. Hey, I hear y'all talking. I hear what y'all saying, and like I said, I got a lot of love for that offense, man. But we gonna see. I mean, I don't know exactly what we. Man, a 60 piece that happened to us in Tallahassee before, so I don't even doubt that. I mean, we didn't took 60 pieces in Tally. I don't even doubt that for sure. The way last game went, it's lucky we didn't get at least a 40 piece put on us the way we were playing in that game. So I definitely don't doubt that from fam. That's for sure. Y'all talking food, man. Y'all, oh my God, man. I already ate, but y'all making me hungry again, man. Like I said, I can, I'm gonna see what I can do. I might devote a little bit, devote some time to covering them a little bit, give them a little shine. I mean, they deserve it. Man, honestly, everybody in the HBCU world needs that attention, man. Like I said, the SWAC, we got lucky because, all honesty, we got lucky inheriting Deion Sanders in this conference. I know a lot of people, don't look fondly on him, but he brought a lot of attention, and a lot of people are benefiting from this. Because, like I said, man, before I started this show, I did a podcast, man, with like 5 listeners every week, and so I decided to switch over to YouTube, and everything been better ever since. But from I started doing this stuff in like 2013, off and on, and nobody really was with it. So now the SWAC is where it's at, and I think it's only right to show love to everybody else. So maybe give everybody a segment here and there. I'm willing to do that, man. And just spread the love around. But man, let's see. Well, I'm a SWAC guy, number one, man. The SWAC is my blood, man. So I'm always gonna be SWAC first, but I'm gonna definitely show MEAC a little love, though. I probably could. I mean, I could be more controversial, but I like being, I like being more on the easygoing side, man. Because my personality is not always the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I like to be more on the fun loving side, man. Because I can, I can throw down with people too. But I like to have fun first and foremost. Ooh, boy, we got to let. I always did feel like if we did take some teams, I think some teams from the SIAC is where you want to look, and I always try to at least keep an eye on what's going on now. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I saw that. That's a huge move, man. I think that's a possibility for the SWAC to kind of get another foothold in everything. So I like the move. Hopefully, we can see some tangible benefits from it. Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been going to Southern games, man, since I was 6 years old. Well, probably before that, but my memories go back to when I was 6, and like I said, I'm 45 right now. So I remember quite a few games we played in the dome, man. I remember playing TSU at Rice Stadium. We played at Robinson Stadium. All of that. Man, wherever Southern played in Houston, my family went to every game, so I was there. I remember playing in the dome for sure. I remember I think we beat y'all like 14-7 or something like that one year when y'all had Joey Jamison. Yeah, I remember them days, man. Hell, I remember y'all beat us on our homecoming one year. Y'all had Cedric Douglas at quarterback. 7-6. Yep, that was that game, man. I remember that game. I think we had just got beat to death by FAMU the week before. Yeah, like I said, I got fond memories of TSU football, man, going all the way back to Johnny Cole days, man. I know y'all remember Alberto White, man. That dude gave us a lot of work back in them days, man. I used to love it, man. Like I said, going to Houston was the best. I mean, we played PV there, so every year we was going to Houston. Every year, I used to love it. That's the field. That's the field. That's the avenues on the north side of campus. My neighborhood, I grew up right up the street. My neighborhood was called Banks, and that was like right off of campus. But the neighborhood you talking about is the field. It's right there. Man, that dude did work on us, man. He had a bad angle, and he did work on us. Man, somebody give him money. Hey, I'm all out. Somebody give me a deal. Hey, let's make it happen. My agent will make it happen. But like I say, man, I come from a SWAC family, man. My dad played at Valley back in the day. You know, I got cousins that played at Grambling. Got cousin played at Southern when I was there. I got family from JSU and all of that. You know, I'm a SWAC guy, man. Oh, you do? I need to check that out, man. I need to check that out. I used to love, man. I used to love Johnny Cole, man, when he was playing at TSU as a little kid, man. I thought he was a cold quarterback. No pun intended. Oh, they definitely they did work, man. Now they might not have did everything in the straightest manner, but they won games, man. If you want to win, they won games. And when Pete Richardson got in, he had Johnny Cole on his staff. So you know, I mean, we got to be real familiar with him. But I mean, like I say, SWAC football, man, it's a bloodline thing. And like I said, I can remember a lot of greats, man. And you know, I feel like this time is gonna be similar. I think maybe some younger kids can look back on these days and they'll feel the way I felt back then, man. I just used to love SWAC football. Everything else didn't even matter to me. I'm sure he do, man. I'm asking for sure, but he know everybody, man. Like I said, I'll definitely ask him if he know. I'll get back to you on that one because he been around a long time. But man, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. So just wanted to give y'all a little extra time tonight since you know we had a little special show. I wanted to show that the appreciation to y'all for rocking with us for this long, man. And you know we got a lot more in store. We're gonna try to do a lot more different things and continue to grow the show. So y'all, you know, if y'all, you know, if you can spread the word, man, help us grow the numbers a little bit. And like I said, man, we'll catch y'all next week when we cover everything that happened at Media Day. So I'll catch y'all Sunday for my show. And then next week we'll have SWAC Smoke coming at you again, live 6 p.m. Central. So I'll catch y'all next week, man. Y'all have a good day and enjoy y'all weekend.